everyone. Good morning. Adam and Sarah here, the Green Executives.
Hello.
Hope you're doing well. Sarah got a question for our followers.
How is my hair floofy today?
Floofy. All right,
It is.
guys
It's extra
and
floofy
gals.
today.
Here we go. Question. All right.
What is it?
With this?
Uh-oh. Is it backwards?
No, I don't think so. Not to
Okay,
them.
it looks backwards.
Would this sale save your business?
It's a big one.
Would it?
I think that's a respectable
All right.
sale. I'd ring the bell on that one.
$27,565. Would it save your business? All right. Here's what I'm.
What do you mean? Maybe my business doesn't need saved.
Well, maybe it doesn't, but what if I told you that this was the sale and you actually had $29,487 in expenses because you don't know your cost and your profit is negative $19.22.
That would make me very sad to know the reality of that.
Right.
It
So where I'm going with this is that large sale isn't magically going to save your business if you don't know your numbers.
I think a lot of times actually sales mask that there's a problem, because if you constantly have work coming in, deposits coming in, invoices going out that are being paid, if that cash is continually coming in, a lot of time that masks these bottom numbers that your cost and you're actually losing money. So I think that sales are super, super important. One caveat to them is that if we're not looking at what else is happening, they can cover up a lot of big major problems.
Right. So whatever the way it is, whether it's a software, whether it's working with maybe your accountant, whether it's working with a Profit First professional, whether
I think it's
it's
just taking the time to look.
understanding
Yeah.
where your expenses are going, don't just think that your top line sales is all that matters. It's your profitability on even the small jobs. And as you say, save the pennies, the dollars will follow.
Yeah.
So if you're doing $60 mowing jobs, as long as you're making
If you're making
55, as long as your expenses are only $55 out of the 56 and you're mowing those lawns all year long, you're going to be profitable, right? So you need to know your cost, your expenses.
Right. You hear the term know your numbers a lot, but what does that really mean? That means know what it costs you to do this work. And truly, like, all in costs.
Right.
So your costs, your markup to support your overhead, and then profit on top of that, because we don't work for break-even people. We work for profit.
And then just real quick, overhead. All right. What are maybe 3 or 4 things you can think of in the next 30 seconds that's kind of like
quiz,
hidden overhead
Hidden?
that contractors, that you feel that contractors oftentimes forget about?
Rent, even if you're running out of your own property, say you live and work out of the same space, the business is getting free rent if you're not charging it. And maybe that's okay because you don't have the cash for it, but really that's overhead that the business is
That's a good one.
getting by with. Same thing with owner's pay. If an owner's not paying themselves, or they're, especially when a business is just getting off the ground, they're not taking a competitive wage, what they would have to pay somebody else, and the business is getting
fill
free
that role.
labor. Oftentimes a spouse is also giving free labor. So maybe a spouse is doing the books for free. That's free labor.
Right.
So
That's really good points. I always say contractors forget about credit card processing fees, what that's
yeah.
really costing them. So whether you're charging the customer directly after each transaction 3%, or if you're recovering it into your overhead as basically all your customers are paying for those credit card processing fees, that's one that contractors forget about, in my opinion.
there's a lot of them out there, and to me, figuring out, hey, where all your money is going is really important. Like we said, just start looking at stuff. Obviously, we want to do it, on a job level is important, but also just if you want to start somewhere, just big picture. If you don't have good books in order, that's a good place to start, because
Right.
then you can dig into where is my money coming from and going to. If you don't have good books in order, start with your bank statements, your credit card statements.
See
Look
the ins and
through
outs,
them.
right?
Yes.
There you go. All right, guys. Hope you're doing well. Have a great upcoming weekend. We'll talk to you later. Bye.